This fragrance oil cost $48, and when I tested it in my car diffusers before product launch, I realized something that stopped me cold. If I had not tested, if I had just trusted the supplier and gone straight to production, I would have put $480 into a batch that would have wrecked my reputation with every customer who bought from me. And the reason it would have failed was, number one, printed on a piece of paper that came with the bottle, a number nobody, not the supplier, not YouTube tutorials, not the Facebook groups, ever tells you to look at before you buy. If you're making car diffusers or you're thinking about making them, you need to watch this whole video because I'm going to show you the exact number that almost killed that batch and 3 suppliers I trust now, and the 5-point checklist I run every single fragrance oil through before I put it into a single product that I sell. And quick thing, before we dive in, I'm Dominique, I run Zovia Fragrances, and I've been making and selling car diffusers for the last 3 years, and every single product that goes out my door gets tested before it gets sold, no exceptions. That's why I catch the stuff I'm about to show you, and it's why I'm the one teaching candle and diffuser makers how to stop losing money on mistakes that are not so obvious. Is that cool? Let's head into it. Let me tell you what goes wrong for makers who skip the step I'm about to teach you, because I see this happen in my DMs every single week. A new maker buys $40 fragrance oil, they spend 2 hours making 20 diffusers, they buy the bottles, the caps, the cords, and another $30, then they pay for labels, they show up to a vendor event, sell them for $8 each, sell out, feel amazing, then the messages start coming in. Smelled great for a day, can't smell it in my car, bought 2 and neither of them works. And now they have 20 customers who are not coming back. Their vendor event reputation takes a hit, and they didn't just lose $40, they lost the next year of repeat business from 20 people who would have each spent hundreds of dollars with them over time. And that is almost $2,000 of lost lifetime value from one fragrance oil they did not test properly. And here's the part that messes with your head. They did everything else right. They followed the tutorials, they used the correct ratio, they used a good base. So what happened? Now, before I tell you what actually happened, I need to fix one thing fast. Percentages. Because if percentages confuse you, nothing else is gonna stick. So I have a car diffuser here. It holds 8 milliliters of liquid. 25% fragrance load means 2 of those 8 milliliters are fragrance oil, right? Because 25% of 8 is 2. The other 6 are just base, that's it. 25%, 1/4, 2 milliliters. And if that math is still melting your brain, I built a free calculator on my website. You type in the bottle size, the percentage you want to use, and it tells you exactly what to pour. So the link is in the description if you want that. Alright, so back to the real story. Now here's the number on paper. IFRA Category 10A. 10A. So write that down. IFRA stands for the International Fragrance Association. Every fragrance oil sold by a legitimate supplier comes with an IFRA certificate. It's a piece of paper that lists every product category: candles, soaps, lotions, diffusers, and the maximum percentage that oil can be used for in each of those products. Car diffusers fall under Category 10A. That is the only row that matters to you for car diffusers. You can ignore the rest. And this is what I caught in testing. The fragrance oil I mentioned, the one that I almost put into a batch, its Category 10A limit was 4%. 4. At 4% in an 8 milliliter bottle, that is 0.3 milliliters of fragrance. A third of 1 milliliter. Of course, it was not gonna throw. It could have not thrown if I prayed over it. And I'm gonna show you right now kind of what this looks like. Now compare that to a fragrance oil where the 10A limit is 25%, 2 milliliters. Instead of 0.3, more than 6 times the amount of actual fragrance molecules pushing scent into the car. That is not a small difference. That is the difference between a product that sells and a product that refunds. Again, I test every oil before it goes into a product. That is how I caught it. That's why I'm telling you, if you are not testing, you are gambling with your customers. Now, I have to be real with you about something because I see this confused online all the time. If you have been making car diffusers at 25% with an oil that has a lower IFRA limit and your diffusers physically smell great and your customers love them, the IFRA update did not break your product. So the oil is the same, the scent throw is the same, your existing diffusers perform exactly the way they always did. However, in 2020, IFRA compliances did change. So, you want to check your IFRA every once in a while. So that changes, the compliance paperwork. If you're selling those diffusers today and the IFRA limit is now, 11%, but you're still at 25, you're not IFRA compliant anymore. And that can be a legal problem, especially if you're selling wholesale on big platforms or at events where someone asks, but it's not a performance problem. The performance problem shows up when you buy a new fragrance oil today without checking the sheet, because the reformulated oils on the market right now, a lot of them are capped at 4, 6, 8%, and at those levels, no amount of good technique really saves you. So here's the rule I follow. Before I buy any fragrance oil for car diffusers, if the category 10A limit is under 18%, I skip it, unless I'm just testing for different purposes. But I test one bottle before I batch, so 25 or above, and I'm locked in. Now, I'm gonna talk directly to some of you because I know what some of you are thinking right now. Dominique, I'm loading my diffusers at 30, 40%. I'm not even looking at IFRA, and my diffusers still do not smell good. So what gives? You are not crazy, and the answer is not another 5% on your load. The answer is your oil is weak. So here's what is happening and nobody's telling you. A lot of fragrance oils sold on big marketplaces and no-name websites are diluted. What you're buying as fragrance oil is often half fragrance, half cheap carrier. So when you load it at 40%, you're really only getting like 20% of the actual scent material. You can't outload a bad oil. And I'm not saying this to shame anyone. A lot of us bought those oils when we were starting out. So that's how makers learn. But if you are cranking up your percentage and still getting a weak throw, that's your oil telling you something, and it's not you. The fix is not more, the fix is better. There are 3 suppliers that I love to use. This is not sponsored, nobody's paying me. This is just where I spend a lot of my money. Hive and Honey is a great selection. IFRA sheets on every product page, strong oils that hold full category 10A loads. Again, you're still gonna have to do your research and go through, see which oils those are. Candle Science, their documentation is crystal clear. They tell you right on the page which fragrances work in diffusers and at what percentages, and customer service is solid. And then there's Vine Vita. A lot of makers in my circle swear by them. Their IFRA transparency is excellent as well. Again, I use a lot more suppliers, but those 3 are really good to use if you're looking for recommendations. So here it is, the 5-point checklist. And save this part, come back to it whenever you need to. Screenshot it, whatever. This is the one thing that will save you the most money out of everything in this video. Number 1, IFRA certificates are available for every fragrance oil. Easy to find on the product page, no exceptions. No email us for the sheet, no none of that. Number 2 is safety data sheets, or SDS documents. Those are also downloadable. If they have IFRAs but no SDS, they are kind of cutting corners in my view. Number 3, they clearly label which fragrances are approved for diffusers and at what percentage. Right on the product page, no buried in the PDF, no none of that. I like fragrance companies that are very transparent. Number 4, they have reviews from working makers, not just consumers who bought one bottle. Look for reviews that mention scent throw, batch, customer love. Those are your signals. Number 5, and this is the biggest one, the oil has a strong scent straight out of the bottle. If you have to press your nose to the bottle to smell it, that oil is probably just weak. No loading, no technique, no prayer saves a weak oil. If your supplier hits all 5 of these, they're probably legit. If they miss even one, I would just shop somewhere else personally, because your customers, your reputation, and your profit margins cannot afford anything less. So here's the recap. High IFRA limits plus quality oils equal a diffuser that customers rave about. Low IFRA limit or a weak oil, no matter how much you load, equals refunds, bad reviews, and dead batches. Test every oil before it goes into a product. That's the whole game, right? Do me a favor. In the comments, drop the name of other suppliers. It could help other people watching this video, and you know, there might be some hidden gems out there that I've missed. So, you know, let's help each other out. Drop your favorite supplier in the comments and let's do this thing together. And if you missed my last video, the exact fragrance load ratio I use, watch that next. It's the companion to this one, and it's how you actually put all this math to work. So subscribe if you want to keep breaking down the stuff nobody else in this space will tell you. I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys very much. And if you're interested, I'll put an example of how to use my calculator at the end of this video so you can see exactly how it works. All right, so I told you I'm making 10 ounces of the mixture for this car diffuser. So you can see on here on the calculator, you can select the type of product. I have car diffuser in here now, and I am using ounces, and I have it already preset. I have 10, it's gonna be 10 ounces. And we're only making one unit, so we're just making one of these bottles of 10 ounces. And my fragrance load is 25%. And you can see right down here, it automatically calculates how much base I need and how much fragrance oil I need. So I need 7.5 ounces of base and 2.5 ounces of fragrance oil. So that equals 10. And then you can see if I am only using a 20% fragrance load, right? Now I need 8 ounces of base to 2 ounces of fragrance. It literally does everything for you right here. And another cool thing, so if you're curious of how much 10 ounces of this mixture can make in the 8 milliliter bottles that I sell, so look at this. If you go over to the diffuser yield tab, right, I'm making 10 ounces, 25% fragrance load. Now, not only will it break down your batch here for you, but it'll go right here. So I use the 8 milliliter bottles. It tells me how much of this mixture it'll make of those bottles. So this little thing makes 36 bottles of the car diffusers. So at my retail price, this little bottle of car diffuser mixture will yield me like $288, almost $300. So it's a really cool tool, and if you use bigger bottles like the 12 or the 6, it breaks it down for you here as well. It even tells you how much you'll have left over. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description. You can use it. You can even add it to your, if you have an iPhone, I'm not sure how Androids work, but if you have an iPhone, you can literally take this and add it as an app to your phone. So you can just pull it up whenever you need.